The federal judge has dismissed the criminal case against Donald Trump, accusing him of mishandling classified documents, finding that the appointment of Special Counsel Jack Smith was unconstitutional. Let's head to Milwaukee right now, the site of this week's Republican National Convention, where we find Bloomberg Balance of Power co-host Joe Mathieu. And I think just absolutely fascinating, Joe, especially considering the timing that we see this, one of the big cases that the Biden administration really wanted to use to attack Donald Trump being dismissed.
Yeah, Matt, this is an incredible moment to see these headlines cross the terminal. This was supposed to be the slam dunk case, according to a lot of the legal minds who looked at the 4 cases against Donald Trump. But of course, we knew that this was not going to come until after the election, and it's one that had slowed down quite a bit here. But you're right, the timing on this first day of the Republican National Convention following the events of this past weekend, but also a string of legal victories for Donald Trump, considering the Supreme Court's immunity ruling, the delay of his sentencing in the New York trial, even though he was, of course, found guilty on those 34 counts, didn't make a dent in his polling, Matt, and it's remarkable to have another layer of good news for the former president.
And Joe, just to talk about the timing a little bit more, of course, at the start of the RNC, we know that a lot has changed in terms of the security measures, et cetera, after what we saw on Saturday evening. But to get this headline, which, of course, is a win for Donald Trump, how could that impact the tone?
Well, it's a good question. There's been a lot of talk about a more unified tone, lowering the temperature. That's what a lot of lawmakers have been discussing with us here on Bloomberg TV and radio over the past couple of days. But it's going to come down to the former president largely. He told an interview with the Washington Examiner that he's rewritten his speech for Thursday night. Something he said would have been a humdinger, but is now more conciliatory in tone, calling for the country to unify. A lot of this will also hinge off his naming of a vice presidential candidate, a running mate. We expect that to happen as soon as today. There are a lot of different pieces of this puzzle that we have to put together, including the next public appearance for Donald Trump. We still haven't heard much from him since Saturday, and he is expected at some point to appear at this convention on day 1.